Yo, what's up, guys? It's Will here from Will Fox Vacation. Just here to check in with you guys because, we got an awesome video for you tonight, and I really just want to check it. What's up, fellers? This is an emergency interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard, and as you can tell, I have taken over the likeness of Will from Will Fox Vacation. Come on, baby, it's very exciting time, so I want y'all to be excited with me. And you have to wonder, is it possible that I've given Aries some more news about Hot Toys Star Wars figures? And I say hell to the yeah, baby, because for Will Fox Vacation, this is the Hot Toys Wizard, and all I got to say is, you're watching Six Scale Cantina. Come on now, baby. Woo! Doggy, let's go.
I remember that, actually. I remember that. I didn't even have the beard then. That was old school. That was old school.
Like that guy.
Yeah, yo, man. I still have that wig, I'm pretty sure. I wear it all the time.
Very sexy. Very sexy.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it, man.
What an intro. I mean, what a way. I mean, I may use that, Will, all the time between yours and
go for it.
And Brother Cousin's intro. My goodness. But listen, you have to wonder, Will, come on. Is that really you? Or are you the Hot Toys Wizard?
I don't know. It's the question that everyone has to ask themselves, Aries, but I don't know if there's ever going to be an answer. It's kind of like, why do humans exist? What's the meaning of life? We don't know. So
Well, I have to play this clip. For those that are sitting at Table Oblivion, I have to play this clip because, again, you have to wonder, is this what
they call him? The Wizard.
There it is.
What a way to open up the show. My goodness gracious. For those that are watching in the cantina on planet Tatooine, you have to wonder, is this actually Six Scale Raw? And I say, what you gonna do with the Dark Jedi and Will and Brother Cousins and guests that will soon be on? Run wild on you. What you gonna do? And listen, we're gonna count down Will and Brother Cousins. I told you guys backstage, you've seen the banner. Aries is top 10 Star Wars most wanted. Just like the FBI's most wanted list, you're going to get Aries most wanted Star Wars figures. And you have to wonder, fellas, is it possible that you guys could guess my number one or even my top three? And I say, no, you can't. It's impossible.
I mean, I don't know, Aries. It definitely could be impossible. Are we guessing so is it your most wanted that don't exist or figures that do exist or are for pre-order that you really want?
It's my most wanted, Will, that do not exist. I mean, I may have heard from the Hot Toys Wizard on a couple of them, but unless you're the Wizard, of course, then I heard from you. But yes, but it's my most wanted, my most desired, the most that are in my heart, the ones that keep me dreaming, baby.
I know Bell Organa is one, so.
I never heard of that guy. Who's, is he at Table Oblivion too?
What's going on here? I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave. And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is. That's number one.
Man, who
Jay got it. Spoilers.
Revenge of the Sith. My goodness gracious. What a show we got in store for you today. We got more showing up here on the panel. And we're going to be talking about the Arena Suit Boba Fett, the chrome-plated clone trooper, these low stock warnings, what's going on in the secondary market, how that ties into the primary market. I know a lot of you have seen my show from yesterday. Let's go ahead and dive into all of this, guys, right now. Hey, all right. My goodness gracious. Welcome everybody here to Six Scale Raw here on a Monday night. And it is my pleasure to have my friend Will from the great Will Foxification channel on. Back again, Will. What's going on, buddy?
Dude, I don't know if I've ever been called the great Will Foxification channel,
It's a great channel.
I appreciate it, bro. This is a great channel also, Aries. So I'm happy to be here, man. Honored to be here even. And Aries, I got to tell you, I posted a poll today actually because I was very excited. I pre-ordered a Hot Toys for the first time in a very long time. And it wasn't even one that was blue screen. It was actually Mr. Cad Bane. So because you know what, guys, I was like, you know what? I'm 100%, 150% getting this figure. There's no doubt about it. I'm getting it. But then I was like, you can still order 6. It's going to be in stock for a while. But I was like, I kind of want day 1 for Mr. Cad Bane because I just love that character and I love the figure. So yeah, man. But anyways, I don't mean to make it all about me, but happy to be here and happy that I'm on the Star Wars train. So yeah, man.
Love to have you on the Star Wars train, and I love to hear about Cad Bane, and that's awesome. And you do bring up an interesting point. You can put 6 of them in your cart, and some of the figures that did get a low stock warning, you could put 6 in your cart. But yet there's some of them, like I pointed out, 4 figures in my show yesterday. There's every except the R2-D2 from the Wave 1 of Attack of the Clones. All 4, the 3PO, the battle droid, which is a troop builder, the clone pilot, okay, but the clone trooper, which is certainly a troop builder, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't put more than those in your cart. I'm like, it's like exclusives.
Yeah.
And
it's definitely a weird thing because normally the motto that I've kind of followed is if you can put 6 in your cart, usually you're pretty safe and they have a lot of stock. But I guess, like you said, it's no guarantee always. But, when you start to monitor, you see 2, 3, 1, you're like, okay, this is starting to get close to blue screen. That's when you're like, all right, I should probably consider jumping on the horse rather if I want to pre-order this. So that's kind of how I view it. So, but a Cad Bane still has 6, but I was like, I'm going to order it anyway. I had rewards. I got it for free with rewards. So I was happy.
No, and I think that'll be one of our first topics. We'll certainly be getting it. We're going to count down Aries' most wanted Star Wars Hot Toys figures that are just a dream, or you have to wonder, are they really a dream, baby? And while we're doing that, we're going to be talking about these different topics, including these interesting limits to carts that you Hot Toys that you can put in these carts at Sideshow right now, brother cousins. But first, brother cousins, how the heck are you, Jay?
Doing good. Happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me tonight. This is going to be a great show. Monday Night Raw. Let's get it. Ooh, let's do it.
Let's get it on. And first, let's say hi before I go ahead and get into the first topic and maybe whoop on you. The first, counting down from 10 to number 1 of my most wanted. Let's say hi to some of the people that are in here, fellas. We have got Borg Cube. 1 of 2 in the house. Good evening, all. Good evening to you. Let me know what table you're at, everyone, and we'll all be filling you up here. JC is in the house. Aries Cantina, your one-stop shop for all your Star Wars Hot Toys info. Good to see you. Good evening to you too, Renz. And El Kit Fido is in here. I hope you are well as well. Eric Henke is in the house. Star Wars Hot Toys, you betcha. And the Beskar Kid. I sense something. A presence I haven't felt since Wave 1 of the Attack of the Clones drops. Where is Wave 2? Good to have you in here. Thule, good to have you in here as well. Here is Lane. It's Cantina time. Good to have you in here. Insane One. What is going on, baby? Continuing to go through. Yobo is in the house, guys.
Hey.
And AJ is in the house, fellas. Let's go.
Yay.
With Joe Fett. Ready. So are we. We are definitely ready. Sebastian, what is going on with you? Master Imwe is in the house, fellas. Continuing to go down here. The Docinator is in the house. Hey, my dudes. What is going on? And Modest is in here. And Renz, what is up? And Good for Health is in the house. And Will Foxification. Haha, I knew you were the wizard because Will is here.
There you go.
Goodness gracious. William Cote, what is up there, William? Good to have you in here. And JB, Hot Toys Wizard. Come on, man. Come on. Awesome stuff. What's up, Ash? Always good to have you on these streams. And the OG fan, when Star Wars was just Star Wars. Good to have you in here, my friend. Should I play it, fellas? Should I fill him up?
Yeah,
I know
why
he's
not?
sitting at table 2.
Do it.
You know what clip I'm going to play, don't you?
I'm Boba Fett. I'm here to see the mayor.
Boba Fett. Do you have an appointment?
Love that.
Joe P. You know, I was just watching that again. Seriously, Will and MJ. I was just watching it again with my wife. My wife actually asked me, saying, hey, could we watch the Book of Boba Fett again? And we were getting really into it. It gets really, really good when the Mandalorian shows
When the
up.
Mandalorian shows up. Exactly. When it becomes the Book of Mandalorian, it's really good. Yeah.
I mean, it was, and I watched it again, and I'm being serious. Like when Mando shows up, and he was like, I could bring you hot, or I could take you cold, and you know he's in the meat locker there.
Yep.
And he dispatched. I'm just like, I'm with the armor, the exchange with the armor, and the heavy infantry Mandalorian, and all of that. It was like one of the best episodes of Mando. And then the next episode was better, and the climax was great.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, what did they just call this Mandalorian season 3?
Really could have.
It was like 2.5. Yeah.
Because I mean, it actually sets up the Mandalorian season 3. It's
Yeah,
like
it
I
does.
feel like it's going to pick up right from there. I mean, honestly, do you guys feel like that they just really used this to set up Mandalorian season 3, but didn't want to call it
Absolutely.
Mandalorian season 3 for some reason?
They did in a way. They kind of marveled it a little bit. Yeah. They kind of were the Marvel. You know that Marvel has like post-credit we're where they're like, oh, we're going to set up the next big thing, or even have a character show up in another film just so you can set up their own film up. Kind of like what they did until it messed up. But they put Blade in Eternals right at the very end. And they were like, let's set up Blade and his new thing. And then the film fell through. But nonetheless, I would say that, yes, totally. They did that with intention to keep it like feeling like one universe. Like Mando is so hot right now that they're like, let's just throw him in anything we can get him into. So that's what they did. And they set up Mando season 3 pretty beautifully. Without that, they wouldn't have had the context for Mando season 3 that you have now. So it's pretty important especially with the Darksaber and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I definitely thought they did that. I mean, especially with all the stuff that we got. I didn't realize we were going to get so much Luke in the book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So that was great. I think some of the episodes we got in there that didn't involve Boba Fett, the Return of the Mandalorian, and that episode with Luke and the whole training montage with Grogu, I think that was some of the best Star Wars we've gotten. Like that a lot of that stuff took me back to like 1986. Yeah, real good stuff in that.
Really, really good stuff. And I'm actually so pumped up. I mean, those were like one of the best pieces of Star Wars that I've seen, actually. 5, 6, and 7 of the Book of Boba Fett, which really at staying with you guys just on this a little bit, as we say hi to the single songwriter, and we also say hi to AJ, and we also say hi to Logan Scott and the Dockinator and Mary Sullivan in the house saying, hit the like button. You heard her, baby. Come on. Let's hit that like button. Let's go. And Charlie the Unicorn going, woo, is the big dog pound in the house, but I got to do it. Woo!
There you go.
Charlie the Unicorn, what's going on? Manwatt is in the house. Give me, come on. Give me some good stuff. But seriously, I really felt like that those are the 3 best pieces of Star Wars maybe that I've seen, minus the Return of Luke. I mean, I love the scene with Luke.
Yeah.
In episode 6, like dealing with Grogu, and then like looking like Ahsoka being almost like a mentor to Luke, which was very interesting, coming full circle because she was mentored by his father, and then Cad freaking Bane, who you talked about. It was pretty damn sick. That was a great showdown, him and Cobb Vanth.
Yeah, that dude, I legitimately, I don't know how you feel about this, Jay, but I legitimately find that to be one of the best scenes in Star Wars that I've ever seen. Like I've watched that Cad Bane scene so many times. That's why I love the character, because that's my only knowledge of him. I never really watched Clone Wars, so I don't know him from that. So I only know him from Book of Boba Fett, and that scene, dude, with him and Cobb Vanth, the way he just walks up there, like all calm, and he's like, I'd be careful where I was putting my nose if I was you. Like, it just, dude, he just wrecks both of them and walks away all calmly. I'm like, this dude, it gives you that is like the most Western Star Wars scene that I've seen yet. The Mando was like all about that sort of spaghetti Western vibe, but that scene in particular with Book of Boba Fett is like, it's a good old fashioned standoff, dude. That's
Absolutely.
what it is.
Him
and
with
I love
the
it.
hat and the reveal of the eye. Him, it was downright scary. It was like
demonic. Like he was kind of like a demon. Like his voice was very deep and the red eyes. Like it was just like really, really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd actually love to see Cad Bane because he has such a awesome demeanor, and everybody's gonna pause, when they stand in front of him. Except I wonder if this guy stood in front of him, what the confrontation would be like.
Piece of junk out of the sky! All fighters.
I don't know. I think Kylo would take that one, but I don't know. I'm a little bit biased. So,
Well, I tell you, I bet you Cad Bane would kind of use his anger against him. He'd probably get under his skin real quick,
definitely.
and in a hurry.
Yeah.
Well, we know. I'm pretty sure Aries Cad Bane is not dead, right? I'm pretty confident.
No.
Yeah, like his voice, his chest thing was still beeping. Like, so I think he's too popular to get rid of. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'll be quite honest with you guys, and you get used to it with Star Wars because it's just how it rolls. But no one's ever really gone.
No.
And everyone how many times did Boba Fett say, "Left for dead on the sands of Tatooine"? Everyone who's left for dead on Tatooine is basically going to get resurrected, no matter who they are.
Yep.
So that's why I've always been saying that the whole Darth Maul thing, especially. Because Lucas keeps pounding home how he wanted Darth Maul to be the baddie in the sequels, to be the one over it all, the one that takes it in there. And now he's working with Favreau and Filoni and all of them. And come on, I get it. In Rebels, he was done in, but he wasn't done in where it's like his head was removed or he was cut in half. I mean, the dude was cut in half. He was cut in half and by Obi-Wan and fell down a shaft. And even Lucas himself said, in the past, after that came out in 1999, he said, Darth Maul is dead. I appreciate you love him, but he's never coming back. It verbatim. I'm just like, there was a quote. Like, remember that quote?
Yep.
Well, sure enough, he got so much heat. He's like, okay, I'm George Lucas. I can do what I want.
Right.
I'm bringing him back. And he did.
I was so upset when he did that, when he put that quote out back in the day too. I was like, are you kidding me? Because I'm telling you, like, I remember that time. Like, people were like getting Darth Maul tattoos. They were doing Darth Maul was that character. He was the new Darth Vader. And to have him killed off like that, it was just like, what? Are you kidding me? He's not gonna be back? Like in episode 2?
That's proof, Jay and Aries. Like, if you can get cut in half and survive, then anything is possible. Because, like, does Darth Maul not have intestines? Like, does he have how does his inner system work? Because, like, I don't know how you get cut. I know his anger helped him survive, but I know even now I've heard people say like Jyn Erso survives. I'm like, she exploded. Like, you got to draw the line somewhere. You got to draw the line somewhere.
If Jyn Erso comes back, I'm done.
Yeah, right. Jyn Erso and Cassian actually survived. So, they survived a nuclear blast.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know.
Listen, we got to address Lane's $2 drop. Lane, thank you so much. Order 66 drinks for everyone, plus 1 Palps is good. I don't know. He may. Let's give this to you. Go ahead. I'll do it, baby.
Good.
Nice.
So thank you so much, Lane. But this is one of the best chats of the night so far. Pretty sure Uncle Owen and Peru are not coming back. Yeah, they're kind of. But hey, if they kind of get into The Walking Dead a little bit, we were talking about horror films a couple of weeks ago, Jay, on Best of the Best. That was pretty awesome. We talked for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
Had nothing to do with Hot Toys or figures, just every horror movie we could name.
That was amazing. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Nice.
But Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, yeah, that's a really good point, JB. Good to have you in here. Single Songwriter says, thanks, Lane. I needed that shot of Tauntaun tequila. And Loco Lou is in the house. What you gonna do when Loco Lou gets into the Six Scale Cantina? What's going on there, my friend? Good to have you in here. All right, so listen, I know we have a lot of topics. We have got to get to. We have some topics to get into, like we were talking about with the wave 1 of the Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
Every one of those figures, except the R2, you can only put a certain amount in the cart. And then, of course, with the Commander Oppo too, Jay and Will, you can only put like 2 of those in the cart. But I don't know with the heavy weapons clone if you were able to put 6 in or not. It's going to be interesting. But first, before we dive into that, let's go with my number 10. Can you even guess what is number 10 on Aries' 10 most wanted Star Wars Hot Toys that don't exist yet? But let me go ahead and play a little clip here. I got a clip for all of them except one, and then I'll put the one up on the screen. This should give you a little bit of a hint. And here's number 10, baby.
All right. But this is the last time.
Speaking of
Nice.
Book of Boba Fett, and my number 10 most wanted Star Wars Hot Toys for a couple of reasons. Jay, we go to you first. The N1 Starfighter. So listen, one of the reasons I really want this is because all of our channels, we talked about this and we've been talking about this, and it's real. I just find it really fascinating.
Yeah.
Really, really fascinating to kind of think about this and think about what would actually happen if Hot Toys actually went ahead and took that step of faith and actually did this. Like, what would happen? Would it be a disaster, Jay? Would it actually be a win? Or would it just be something that's one and done? Thank goodness we'll never do this again. But this, I really, really want this thing. This is my number 10 most wanted. And I think I want it more because honestly, I'm going to probably keep it in the box. And I've already got the spot on my ceiling where I'm going to put this thing for sure. But really, I want this more for the fascination of it and also for the future. But this is my number 10 most wanted. Go, baby.
Yeah. I mean, and well picked. Well picked. And you know, I don't think it'll be it's hard to tell, right? Because I think there's a lot of collectors that are not ready. I will say that. I'm hope that I'm wrong, but I think there's some collectors that are not ready just to deal with a vehicle of this size. That's the thing. And I think that's a good idea, like to buy it. And I know that's actually a good strategy. Like if you don't have the space just yet, buy it, have it, own it, have it in the box until you're ready to display it. You don't have to display everything once you get it, or look at it, display it, look at it, and then put it back in the box. But I think this is still going to happen. I really believe that it's still going to happen. We're going to get it. They did that sizzle reel. They gave us like 2 sizzle reels. They trotted this around all this summer at all these different showcases. And I think that it's really going to happen. It's just a matter of time. I think it's going to happen at the premiere of The Mandalorian season 3. That's why we're not seeing it.
Damn good. Can you imagine
Next year?
that? Can you imagine if the week of the premiere or the day of the premiere? Because I think there's going to be so much damn hype with this particular season of The Mandalorian season 3. It could just get collectors like saying frack frack it using a Battlestar Galactica cuss. We're going to go ahead and just buy this damn thing.
Yeah.
They probably wind up selling a few hundred more just because of that hype.
Absolutely. I totally see that happening. And that's what I really think is going to happen. It's going to happen because Mando right now, I mean, we're getting a lot of stuff. We're still getting, I mean, we just got two releases from Mando. We got Mando and the Blurb, and we got the Swoop Bike all last week. So we're getting Mando drops. And I think it's like they're dangling that carrot in front of us just to be like, hey, you guys know Mando is coming, but we're not going to see this thing until next year. And I think this is going to be the big announcement for next year. And I see this being like a New Year, like a New Year's Day type of, not a New Year's Day, but something like new in a year, them being like, boom, here's the N1. Or like I said, the premiere of Mandalorian season 3, just been like, and here's the N1. Because it's too many signs that point to that this thing is really going to happen. They have a new Mando and Grogu set that nobody knows anything about, and rumor has it that they're kind of scaled down a little bit. So not scaled down, but they're thinner or whatever, so they can fit in this, so they can fit in an N1. So all of these are inklings that this thing is really going to happen, and I think it is. I really think it is. I don't think it's going to be a failure. I think they just want to do it and market it smart as possible so they can get it out. Now, with that being said, I do think this is going to be a very limited run. That's another.
Yeah, that's a good point. I really think it's right. There's no way they could take the chance and mass produce this.
Nah, super limited. No.
You know, Will, let's go to you. I mean, depending on the price, Will, if the price is right, you know, I'd be willing to go up to 1,000 on this. I wouldn't go $1 more though. I really wouldn't. But really, with 1,000, I would do this. I think I would. It's not, I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Aries, but I'm just excited to talk about this one because this is like, I think this has been one that like Brother Cousin said, that they've been dangling that carrot in front of our eyes for a while now. They did like a sizzle reel on it. They showed other videos at like Comic-Con of it. And I know they've done that with other pieces that they haven't released as well. But this is a Mandalorian piece. Everything Mandalorian gets made pretty much, except for that one diorama they made of like the street or whatever, where Mando's kind of going into the building in season 1 or whatever. They didn't make that diorama, but they never really make dioramas. Yet, I understand they don't really make ships as much either, but this is the Mando N1 Starfighter. And they've put a lot of effort into showcasing this thing everywhere. Every time they get an opportunity, they show it. Yeah, it could be as simple as they want to flex, but it's like, why do that repeatedly? Like with the Starfighter, I feel like you kind of see it come and go. Like it just kind of like it showed up and then it disappeared for forever, kind of like Corvus Glaive. But with this, you keep seeing it. So I think eventually it will be put up for pre-order. I still maintain that. I feel like they're working out something with the electronics. I think they're trying to get it exactly right before they put it up for pre-order so they feel confident in what they're actually making and producing on a large scale. So I think Jay is right. I don't think this would be a massive pre-order because I think Aries, I think this is going to be more than $1,000. I think this is going to end up being like maybe $1,300. Like I think this is going to be probably more than people think because I've heard from people who have seen it just how massive it is. Like it literally is like I think 6 or 7 feet long. So it's like you could lay me down and I'd be as long as this ship is, right? So like it's that big of a ship and that great of a piece, but there's a lot of electronics, I think, going on with this. There's a lot that can go wrong. So I think they're trying to figure that out and sort of remedy those issues and try to perfect it before they put it up for pre-order. But I do think people need to probably be aware that this is going to be very expensive. And I'm with you, Jay. I have absolutely no space to display this thing, but I almost feel like I probably would buy it and then kind of figure it out because I really like it a lot. I just think it's beautiful. I think it's a piece that you'd want to have and find a way to make the space for. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't really want to hang it. I've heard that people say you could hang it from the ceiling. I'm worried about the weight of that. I'm worried about the weight of it and what you would have to hang it to, like put a hook on it or something. I don't know. I would feel more comfortable actually displaying it. So, but it is one that, I don't know, Aries. I feel like this is going to get made. I still maintain, I still believe it's like, I think at minimum 60-40 this gets made. I think 70-30 is where I would go. I still think this gets made.
Yeah, I would agree with that 60 for even 70-30, like you're saying. And I'm thinking hanging it because I guess I'm anticipating that it's going to be so light
Yeah.
But you bring up a good point. I actually, thinking about this, maybe 1,300, even 1,500, maybe
be.
more real. It's going to have electronics in it. And I understand that they can make some electronics that it can be light, depending on, how they put the electronics in it. But I'm almost hoping, now that I'm hearing you talk, and you talk, Jay, that it would have a little bit of substance to it, right? It'd be nice if I'm not talking about like diecast, it ain't going to be like that, but it'd be nice if it had a little bit of weight, right, guys?
Yeah.
I think it would.
Yeah.
Which means hanging it from the ceiling can be tricky.
Yeah, it can be done, but yeah, give it that little bit of authenticity to it. Have it a little weighty. I think that would be nice. So, but I mean, especially if they give you some kind of option like with a half Mando bus or something that you can put in the driver's seat, like the flight seat, and maybe a Grogu that you can put in there as well. I think that would be a really nice touch. So if they can include something like that, you might see the price go up. But I think Aries, I think the electronics are what they're going to make this thing expensive. Yeah. There's going to be LED lights all over the place. So,
yeah.
But it's very big. So not a lot of people are going to have the space or want to pay $1,300 for this, but it is Mando. So I think you'll still have a decent audience for it, but I think there's going to be some sticker shock, I think.
Let's say hi to some other people in here. And if I didn't say hi to you, just keep putting it in the chat. It's just, I'm just an old guy setting the controls at the heart of the sun. That's for you Floyd fans out there. Mr. Mom's Collectibles, what is up to you as well? Good to have you in here. Pop Culture Living Room. What's going on, baby? And say what's popping there to Loco Lou. And Good for Health says Kit Vista. Is it on my list? Charlie Unicorn says Tauntaun. You have to wonder. And Charlie Unicorn also says, I'll say that for every one of them from 10 to 1. I don't know. El Kit Fido Akbar. Again, you're going to find out. And some of these comments here from some of the people in here, Single Songwriter says Howard Chan has a plan, N1 Starfighter. Ash Chase says N1 most definitely coming. No doubt Mandalorian Season 3. Beskar Kid says, what are the reasons I want this? Because it's the freaking N1 Starfighter. Right with you. El Kit Fido says IGN1 is released. Better save reward points. Kevin Collectibles in the house. What's up, baby? February or April, we'll put the N1 on pre-order. Absolutely. Continuing to go down over here. Eric Hankey's in the house. End of January or after Chinese New Year. And Charlie the Unicorn says, Mr. Wizard, but will this be limited? And I think that, Will, you addressed that at Jay already. I'll just say it again. They're not going to make very many of these, right, guys? I just don't see it.
No, I don't see it. Depending on the price and everything. And I mean, I would almost like to see Hot Toys do a thing where it's like almost kind of like what Yost does, in kind of like paying for it, like you pay and then you get it. You know what I'm trying to say, something like that. Because it's no way to tell. I mean, with vehicles, you got some vehicles sitting right now. I think you have the Tumbler sitting right now. You have a couple of them sitting right now. I mean, there's loved vehicles. Like if they dropped that 89 Batmobile, I think a lot of people would jump on and buy that right away right now. They drop in a DeLorean, people are going to buy that, all that stuff. But something this size, depending on that price point, I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell. It's like you're in. Exactly. Kevin collect. I think that's the price. I think that's going to be the price right there. Yep.
Yeah. And Aries, like what I'm looking at, because Brother Cousins mentioned a bunch of them. The DeLorean you can look at. I mean, you could even look at the Blitzway Ecto 1, right? That's like what, 1700, and that's probably not even the size of this. And it has a lot of electronics and other stuff going on, but so does this. So I mean, it could even be more than 1,300. We don't know. So I mean, it's really up in the air. But I mean, I'm looking like the precedent I'm kind of looking at is the Hot Toys Infinity Gauntlet, right? That thing I have behind me, very big piece, but absolutely stunning, beautiful. Not a piece I would sell because it's just amazing. And it was $930. Granted, that was years ago, but it doesn't have probably as many electronics as this would have because it just has the stones. But that thing sat for a while and it was $930 at the time. So if this is 1,300 in today's market, I mean, you might see 500 of these, maybe less. So, yeah.
And Ash Chase saying in here, no doubt 1,700 for me.
It might be.
Australia, right? Or exactly. And reviews 1,000, might be 1,300 plus shipping. Single songwriter says 5 feet wide, 4 feet long. Okay, so Penniest One says, and welcome in here, my friend. What if they announce this like one of those super limited items, like 500, only open for a few days? That's a good point. Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What if they did this? Because I was going to ask in conjunction with this question. Could they sell this for even $2,500? I'm going to go that high. So you can figure 2,000, 2,500, but they're going to say we're only putting out 500 of them. Do they move or do they not move at that price?
I think you could get people to do that. I think if you marketed it as a super limited unique item, and you said it's 2,500, I think you would get people to bite, because I think that would be probably double what most people, like Brother Cousins and I, would be out. But yeah. I think for most people, like the diehard Mando fans that want something super rare and limited, because let's be real, probably no one's going to make this again. Maybe Jazz Inc. if they want to try it, but unlikely, I feel like. So I think Aries, I think that'd probably be about the max, but I think you could get a crowd like the people that buy J&Ds and such that would go for this and be like, hey, only 500 of these. Like, you saw what people were paying for, what was it? The Razor Crest one from HasLab, and people were paying a lot more than when it sold out. So, there's a Mando hype that's pretty much always going to be there nowadays. And if you got the right buyer, I think you could find 500 of the right buyer if you market it as super limited. I think they probably could, honestly. Yeah. But I don't think they're going to. But if they did, I think they could probably get away with that.
Yeah, no, good thoughts there, Will. And Brother Cousins, JB says Jazz Inc. 89 Batwing is 2,500 USD.
Exactly. But we also got to look at, the materials and stuff like that. Like Jazz Inc. uses that resin. They use, they use different materials, and it makes it really heavy. And I mean, it's a company that they can't mass produce. Those pieces are made to order. That's the word I was looking for. Those pieces were completely made to order. This is this is a company like Hot Toys. I think it's a mass-produced product still. So with it being a mass-produced product still, I don't think it will go that high. I think if they wanted to, they could. They should, and that could be a thing where, like, look, this is I think that would be their most expensive item that they ever produced. I think they don't. Have they ever gone? I think that gauntlet was probably the most expensive piece that they ever done at this point. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Maybe $930 for that one. Because what's the DeLorean, like 800? 825?
Yeah, DeLorean when it dropped. The DeLorean when it came out was like, the new one, yes, it's like 800 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So and at the time, Jay, I remember I was pretty new to collecting at that time. I remember when they announced the Hot Toys Infinity Gauntlet, and they said it was $930. People were like, oh my God, $930. Now it's like, that's a great price, honestly.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, so it's crazy how the market has changed over a couple years.
Hulkbuster, yes.
Hulkbuster. Yeah, that was what, 1,200? 1,200?
Yep, 1,200.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So
is that still in stock?
No, it's gone now. It's sold out maybe a couple months ago. 6 months ago.
I think it came back. But
okay,
who knows?
I think it was gone again after that, though. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's probably gone.
It's a big piece. That's a big boy right there.
That is
gigantic.
I saw the box in my local comic store the other day. I was like, geez, I've never seen it in real life. I was like, oh my goodness.
It's an amazing.
Can you imagine
piece,
a box on this sucker?
Mm-hmm. I think the figure's like 20 inches tall, so it's pretty big. 21, something like that. So,
well, while you're all watching Six Scale Raw, don't forget to smash that like button. So appreciate your support. And continuing on, we're counting down Aries as 10 most wanted, not 10 most wanted on the FBI most wanted list, but the Hot Toys 10 most wanted from the Hot Toys Wizard. And this is a good comment here, guys, where Pettiest One also says, and for the HasLab, people were paying double when 26K were made, like 650 to 900. So I guess that is a point that, guys, that is a good point that some people may pay more if it's limited. The 26K, that's limited for HasLab. 600 or 500 here from Hot Toys, that would be limited. That'd be really limited.
Yeah,
it would be very tempting for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Very, very interesting indeed. And that is number 10 was the Starfighter. I wonder if that was surprising to anybody out there. So listen, we might as well, before we get into the next topic, should I go ahead and bring up number 9 on my list, or should we wait?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's bring it up.
What could be number 9? I mean, we'll put it to you this way. I think I'm going to fill up Who Dare Sits. I'm not going to mention what the table's name is. This is the most dangerous table at Six Scale Cantina. Caution. Caution, caution, caution. If you choose to get served at this table. But here comes, as I fill it up, my number 9 most wanted.
Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy. And we shall have
Yes. Yes. Amazing. Excellent.
I would be down. I would be down.
Now, listen, I think the first question. Now, look, Will, the first question's got to go to you. And I have to play this again. I want you to look into his eyes very, very carefully as I play this again, my number 9 figure.
Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy. And we shall have peace.
Pennywise versus that guy.
I remember you asked me that before, Aries, and my answer is unchanged. It is
really?
Pennywise.
Even with that scene?
Yeah.
Like right
because,
there.
dude, because Aries, Pennywise can turn into anything he wants. He could be whatever. We don't know what the Emperor fears, but there's got to be something out there. There's got to be something that he's afraid of, and Pennywise would know it and just take that form.
Clowns.
And then it'd be game over. You have clowns. It could be clowns. We don't know. It could be
see
clowns.
The Emperor kind of like running.
I know. Emperor's like
trying to get his hats off away from the
Yep. Pennywise just laughing with balloons. Like, dude, no problem. No, Emperor's pretty strong, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a boss, but Pennywise even more so of a boss. So, but I'm with you, Aries, on this one. This would be. I love that one. I would actually kind of prefer if they had like Senator Palpatine Emperor. That's what I would like personally. What I would specifically like is the look as he's fighting Mace Windu. That's what I want. So like give him in his like sort of senator outfit with his red lightsaber. I would love that figure. I would be all over it because that's such an iconic scene in Star Wars. His fight with Mace and the other Jedi that he just destroys. He does like a 1080, I don't know, a flip and then spins and stabs everyone. And then fights Mace Windu. But I don't know. I would be totally down. I mean, even if I would like an Emperor regardless. I had one that I ended up selling because I just couldn't ignore the market price it was going for. But, you know, I would love to get another one. Even if they did, I know people wouldn't love it. But Rise of Skywalker. If they did Rise of Skywalker Emperor, people would like that probably. Like as much as people don't love... Yeah. Like
with the diorama and all that.
As much as people don't love the sequels, if you had an Emperor from that film, I think people would probably get it. So it has a kind of a unique look with the red and the black, but this one would be cool too. We do need another Emperor. I'm surprised they have not tackled one. Maybe they'll do one, you know, again from a different film instead of Revenge of the, you know, Return of the Jedi. So maybe we get Revenge of the Sith, or maybe we get, you know, maybe we get a Rise of Skywalker. But I do think someday we will get another one. But I'm with you, Aries. I would get this Emperor, but I would prefer the sort of Senator pre-scarred look. I kind of like that unique look.
Yeah, I definitely want that figure too, Will. I absolutely will. I'd love to get, believe it or not, like some kind of maybe 2-pack set or some kind of DX that would actually have the transition from the way he looks here. And from even the look for the Senator from, like you said, Revenge of the Sith, that'd be an awesome set to have. I would think. I mean, I think that they could obviously have them as 2 separate releases, but that would be a strong release. You talk about the Boba Fett 2-pack, where you see his transformation, you know, outside of his armor, where he lost his armor. That 2-pack that's out now, and then he has the robes on, and then he gets his armor back, and it's a cool 2-pack. I think this would be one of the ultimate 2-packs, having him the way you're saying there, and like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would be down for that.
And Jay, before we get to you, putting on in here, single songwriter goes, Leia, you have to wonder. Padme Deluxe, you have to wonder. Greedo, that's a good one. Bail Organa, you have to wonder. More Greedo here. Lane puts in Revenge of the Sith Palps, Joe P. Palpy, AG, good. Tuli's sitting next to Palps. That is daring. According to Will, you'd probably better off sitting next to Palps than it.
Yep.
Feel the force, the love flow through you. Emperor fears love, probably. Jay, what do you think about this? This is my number 9, baby.
I think that's an excellent pick. I love Ian McDermott as Palps. He is just amazing. Even the way in that clip how he delivers that damn line. Then we'll have peace. He's just amazing. I'm sorry, I just love him on that. But man, I would love this figure. I really would. I think that would be great. I think somebody in the chat just said I'm gonna steal their idea because that was great. Anakin, him and Anakin 2-pack, yes, or a him and Darth Vader 2-pack. I'm all in for that. That would be great.
It fits either one.
Yep, it's great. I think Will's idea of I love that. I always thought they would make that at some point to have because he looked evil, especially in the beginning when he was like all crusty and moldy and just and broken fingers and everything. He was like all ghoulish. And he had like the little apparatus. I would love that one from Rise of the Skywalker as well. So yeah, man, give me any Pops. I'm on it. Definitely.
And you have to wonder, is the Hot Toys wizard in the house? And I say, I don't know, but it sure looks like my friend Lale, the 6 Scale man. What is going on, my friend? Welcome on in here tonight.
Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for having me, bro.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, I was late again, work calls. So, you know what I mean? I was kind of I was putting some finishing touches on some things here while, they kind of got out the way. So I was like, let me just jump on while I can. I was hoping to get on because I was hoping that Will wouldn't be here. But I'm just playing.
I'll be out, bro.
No, I'm just playing. Nah. Glad to have me here, man. Thank you for having me here with such an incredible panel, man. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. And Lale, let's go right to you. We're counting down Aries' top 10 most wanted. Now, we're going to talk about the FBI most wanted list, top 10. We're talking about the Star Wars Hot Toys most wanted from me. I said a lot of people weren't going to be able to guess my top 3 or some of these. Number 10 was the N1 Starfighter, and I pointed out just out of intrigue. I really that made my list. And feel free to talk about that one. I don't know if you heard it before you jumped on, but right when you jumped on here, I played the clip. Once more the galaxy, the Sith will rule the galaxy, and we shall have peace. Here he is, and this is my number 9 most wanted, my friend.
Hey. I mean, I have him, but we're talking about Revenge of the Sith. It would be decent to have him in the garb, basically that, what would be dope is to have the regular Palpatine, before the disfigurement, you know what I mean? And again, like I guess y'all probably already mentioned 2 head sculpts for that. That would be incredible. With both his sabers, because we didn't have that yet. I would definitely love something like that. And that's if we couldn't get like a 2-pack or anything like that. Give me that with, I would even take 2 head sculpts, his garb that he wore before the disfigurement, and a severed arm of Mace.
That would actually be cool.
As an
just
accessory.
take the Pennywise one and repurpose
it. Right.
Yeah.
Like this, like as a, pretty much as an accessory with his saber. But yeah, anything, Revenge of the Sith, I would definitely. I'm surprised we haven't gotten it, but we can. It's never too late. I think we will get it, but I mean, come on, man. If you're gonna give us this, you got to give us Padme as well. I mean, we need a Padme. We're long overdue for a Padme and a Mace. So definitely, that's what I would want. But yeah, this would be it's a no-brainer, because especially for those who might have actually missed out on, just the OT Palps, from Revenge of the Jedi. I mean, Return of the Jedi, which Revenge was the original name, but Return of the Jedi. Then yeah, they have a chance to pick something like this up. So yeah.
Yeah, real interesting there. And then there was maybe the Hot Toys wizard is in the guise of Mario, El Profesoro, in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to have you in here, my friend.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for having me on tonight, man. Excited to be here. Aries, it's been a while, man. I feel like I haven't been in the cantina for a minute.
I know, man.
Definitely long overdue, man. Glad to be here tonight.
Yeah, we need to fill you up. What table are you at? The most dangerous table here, table 66 with Palpatine and apparently Pennywise.
Always, bro. It's either 66. I go back and forth between 66 and 77, man. But I'm feeling more 66 tonight, my friend.
Well, listen, Lael, good thoughts on there. Mario, will go to you. We are counting down Aries's top 10 most wanted Star Wars Hot Toys. And I know that a lot of people think they're putting a lot of comments here in the chat. They kind of think what's on this list. And I say, don't be so sure. Number 1 was the Ed Wood Starfighter. We had a blast and a hoot talking about that. This is number 9 for me. Guys, look, I gotta play this again to set the mood, and then go, Mario. Here we go. It kind of works right with this picture.
Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy. And we shall have
Oh, that's
Definitely.
scary. It's scary, baby.
Love it.
I really would want this one, guys. I really, would like flip out if they officially announced this.
I think this one would be more suited as a double pack, man. I would love to have Palpatine pre-fried before messing them up. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Will, you're talking about
man.
that.
Yep. I agree with you, Mario.
Yeah, man. I think that one's long overdue, man. I want to see like original Ian McDermott and all of his beauty and glory, man, before he had this tragic accident, man. I would love to see that.
I'd love a 2-pack like that. I was talking about that as well. I mean, I'd get both figures, but that would be a lot of fun to play with. I was pointing out, Mario, about like how we have the Boba Fett 2-pack, and you see that transformation when he doesn't have the armor on, and he was getting rehabilitated, and with the robes with the Tusken Raiders. Then of course he gets his armor back, and I'd love this to see that transformation of, like you're saying, Ian McDermott, pre turning into the Dark Lord of the Sith, in this look. I think it'd be pretty cool. I would love a set like that if they could do it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know what it is too? I think it's a tailoring. If you guys ever go back and watch Revenge of the Sith again, I mean I think the costume design is beautifully done on. I mean, a lot of the chorus on the senators, I love the costume designs, and Emperor Palpatine is no exception in my opinion. I think he would translate really, really well in 6 scale form.
Yep.
Yeah.
And putting some of this in here, putting this up, Modest says Grievous from Hot Toys is a must. And Josh says number 1 figure is Senator Rockwell. Figure in there.
That's number 1 bestseller. That's easy.
That's dope.
Hawk Wars goes Dark Jedi with a light up saber arm. Okay, I could go. What color is my lightsaber though? I want it to be like black light type of like the dark saber.
Dark saber?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool. Sebastian says Admiral Piet. You have to wonder. And yes, number 10 was the N1 Starfighter. So not to digress, but I am interested, and let's stay with you. Let's actually go to you there, Lael. Let's go back real quick because I just wanted to get your opinion on this. Will and Brother Cousins and I did discuss this particular as this being my number 1 and my number 10, excuse me. And I'll just go ahead and place that banner back up. And I pointed out that I wanted this just because of the interest. And I agree, with Will and Jay's said. I think this is about there's like a 60-40, 70-30 chance that they're going to do this. I'm very intrigued by this. I'm not completely sold they're going to do it, which is why it made my list. But I think they're going to do it. But I want it really because I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah, I think they're going to do it. I think they are. I think they are. I mean, I think it's. I mean, we have Mandalorian coming, season 3 coming in February, from what we know so far. I think they're going. I still believe that they're going to do this. We may not have it now, but I still basically think they're going to do it. I think there's a high chance for them to do it. They're just, you know what? I think they're really they're basing it off of the chatter. The amount of it's always interest. You know what I mean? It's measured off of interest and how many people basically talk about it, how much we talk about it. If it's spreading like Chinese whispers, if there's an interest in it, then definitely they will. I think that when they do it, it's going to be limited. I definitely think it's going to be a limited edition. It's not going to be like massively, I think it's not going to be like the Hulkbuster. It's going to be something different. You know what I mean? Like, I think that they'll do something like that, but I honestly believe that they will release this fighter, and that we'll have it. Then again, it just, mainly depends on the price and, how much space people have. But I know my ass is going to make space regardless. Because I know this is your number 10, but most anticipated non-release or non-reveal, I think this is like my top 3. Literally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And absolutely not a surprise at all when you talk about this. Mario, and forgive me if I have you confused with someone else, but I don't know if you were the skeptic on this or if it was someone else that I'm thinking of, but tell me, what do you think on this? But this is, whether it's coming out or not, it's definitely on my most wanted, and I had to put it on, and I'm just so intrigued by it, and if the price is right, I'm definitely going to get it. But go ahead, go Mario. Your thoughts on this?
Well, first of all, how dare you? Yes, I was a skeptic, man. That was me. That was definitely me.
See,
man.
I got a good memory, baby.
Nah, you know what? This ain't coming out, man. I still, bro, the Falcon cockpit has a better chance of coming out than this will, man. It ain't happening. It ain't happening, man. Anakin's Jedi Starfighter might come out before this does. No, it's not happening. I believe, with 100% sincerity that this will not happen. If anything, maybe I'd give it maybe a 3% chance, if that.
Well, that's pretty good, though. 3% is better.
So you're saying there's a chance.
3? No, that's all that matters, right?
So if they come out with this tomorrow morning, if they come out with this tomorrow morning, you can say, well, look, I gave it a 3% chance.
There you go. Even if this does come out, man, I don't think this isn't necessary for me, to be honest. I just see, I think Will said that you can lie him down. And you basically got, Will, I'd lie you down anytime, buddy.
Hey,
and,
there we go.
You got the link to the Starfighter. And nah, man, that's just, I think that's just taking up way too much precious real estate, horizontally. And I'd rather just put more stuff in this place, to be honest. As far as hanging from the ceiling areas, I think that'd be a shame because all the details from the top, if you hang it from the ceiling, you just look up at it, all you're just going to see the underbelly of the ship. Well, I personally think that's like a missed opportunity. I mean, you're not really appreciating the intricate details of the piece, but to each their own.
And we were talking about, because I was thinking hanging it, but then I was starting to rethink as I was listening to Will's thoughts and Jay's thoughts. I would like to have some substance, some weight, and I don't know. Obviously, it's not going to have like metal or die cast weight, but I think with the electronics, it's probably going to have some weight, though. It may be hard to hang.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. I mean, there's some lightweight, thin electronics they can get away with. I mean, it's just a couple of LEDs, maybe like some tiny circuit boards that are flexible. These days, I mean, I don't think there's that much they can really that's necessarily needed in there. Sound, I think sounds would be cool. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But yeah, I mean, it was impressive to see this in SDCC, man. I just don't see it. I just think it's another flex. They've done it so many times before, man, in the past, and I've just been hurt too many times by empty promises. So I don't believe it's coming, man.
Well, no, absolutely appreciate your thoughts on there, but that is my number 10. And let's just read this Mario and group here from Big Dog Pal with the $5 drop. Thank you so much, my man. Big shout out to the Six Scale Cantina. Thank you. And Jay at Brother Cousins, El Profesoro, Will Foxification, and Lael, the 16 Scale Man. Woo! Thank you so much, there, Big Dog Pound. We all really appreciate that. And also in honor of that, when it comes to Brother Cousins toy reviews, El Profesoro, Will Foxification, and the 16 Scale Man, do I have their links to their channel conveniently located in this video's description? And I say yes. So listen, these guys do a great job. Go ahead, everybody in here, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Go to their channels and subscribe to these guys. Big Dog Pound, I so very much appreciate that. Thank you so much for that $5 drop, my man, for sure. Wow. So that was number 10. And fellas, we all know what number 9 was. Revenge of the Sith Emperor. Should I go with number 8?
Let's go.
Let's
go.
Let's do it.
Well, I have to take this banner off. And do I have a clip? I think so. So let me see. What table would this guy be at? Let's fill up. I think that this guy sits at table 2. So here we go.
Oh, yes, please come to daddy.
Yes.
Hasn't the issue been that Sideshow made this? That's why Hot Toys hasn't touched it. Isn't that the issue?
Well, not necessarily, man. I mean, Sideshow also made an Empire of Boba Fett, and Hot Toys did that.
That's true. But you would think, Mario, they would have made a return. I mean, they're going to make every Vader they possibly can.
40th anniversary, my friend. Next year. Next year. Have a little patience, Will.
Bro, you told me the N1 is a 3% chance. So at this point, I got to take one from you because you took one from me.
Right.
All right.
No, this is going to happen eventually. This is going to happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's a no-brainer. They've already got the tooling down from the 4 scale. All they got to do is just shrink it down. They'll have a hit on their hands. No problem.
Yeah.
And you know, in a way, guys, you could say that they never teased this, right? Because they haven't really put this in any of other figures prototype photos. They haven't teased it, but I think you guys have a point, or you have a point there, Mario. They have come out with the quarter scale Vader, so I guess in a way they're basically telling you. I mean that's kind of like a tease. If they could do the quarter scale, all they gotta do is shrink it down. So they basically have teased that in a way, haven't they? I mean,
Aries, you know what I would love to see, man, if I may. If they did a callback from back in the day for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, in 40th anniversary packaging, in like a white mailer box, I would love to see light side Anakin, Sebastian Shaw, mind you, light side Anakin come back, in that whole vintage style packaging and all that. Like they did with Kenner back in the day. It was a mail away figure. I don't know if I know you remember, bro. Back in the day, Aries, I'm sure you remember too. So that was a mail away figure, man, and that would be like such a sweet little callback for something like that. If they did that, but I would love to personally see something like that as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's let's Brother Cousins, let's go to you with this here.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the Return of the Jedi Darth Vader. This, is number 8 on my list, my friend.
Yeah, I see them doing it. I see them doing it and releasing that very quick. I can probably even see them releasing that before they even release the Kenobi, the Kenobi Vader. They can put this out. It's already, I mean, like you guys were saying, it's already there. It's already in a quarter scale. All they have to do is squash it down a little bit, put it out. Easy money. It'd be really easy money. And we would all jump at it and get it, especially all us old OT guys will definitely go at it. So yeah, I can definitely see this coming out. I mean, think about what they did with, and I know what they did with the sorry, not Mandalorian, but with Boba Fett, with Arena Boba Fett. They got that out, and that was easy money. So I think they can do more of the. And I think we're going to see more of these quick turnaround releases like we've seen this year. We're going to see more of those next year. So I can definitely see them doing this for the return of the Jedi anniversary 40th, and just really get it in and get that out, get it into our hands, and just do it. Who knows? It could be. I've said this last year. It could be a Toy Fair exclusive. It would be one that makes sense. But how often do they do stuff like that makes sense? But this would be a good one.
Lael, let's go to you next. And Jay brings up a good point of the return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. So I really feel this is probably coming with that. But honestly, this is such an iconic moment. I'm talking about, when he takes the helmet off, they'll obviously include it with that head sculpt. We got half of the head sculpt really with the ESB one. But dude, I need this because that's a piece of Star Wars that I need to display in my collection. That's a story that I want to tell.
Yeah, it's coming. That's plain and simple. It's coming. I mean, 40th anniversary, Return of the Jedi in April. It's coming. Like basically, it's coming. And I honestly believe that's coming. I believe you might even see a re-release of the quarter scale. To be quite honest, I think it's coming. I mean, to be quite honest, and Mario possibly, we might even get a Sebastian Shaw head sculpt. You know what I mean? I would love to get that because it makes so much sense. To do so, especially if you're paying homage to the Return of the Jedi. It's not like they're going to give us a Force Ghost Anakin. They won't.
I'll be up for that, man.
Not a Force Ghost. Hayden Christensen Anakin. They're not going to do that. Original. Oh, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So I think that they will do that. I think we will see something like that. At least, it's not even a speculation. I think it's going to happen. Definitely it's going to happen. We already got Palpatine. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a re-release to that Emperor Palpatine because it's 40th anniversary. So they're going to go all in on it. It's the last of the original OT trilogy. So I think they're going to go all in. We know that we'll probably, to be quite honest, I want this, but my most highly anticipated figure from OT, because I know we're going to get this. I know we'll probably get another Luke. I know we'll probably get Emperor Palpatine again as a re-release. But I want Disguised Leia. That's what I want. That's what I want. But yes, that's what I want. That's what I want. Yes. I want Bush Disguise. I definitely want that. I think that would be so dope to have in your collection. One of the last, of the OT for Leia. We're not going to get that slave Leia. So people.
Dude, I can dream. I can dream.
Dream if you want to, but yeah. I mean,
that's exactly where it stays.
Definitely not going to drop out. It's not. And if it is, if they do something like that, I think basically a third party has already done it. Again, we know that was there.
Not well though.
Definitely not well.
Well enough for some people.
Right.
Yeah, but a boost Leia, give me that. But yeah, this is definitely coming, bro. That's just a no-brainer. It's the smartest thing to do. Why not?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And listen, we're counting down Aries' top 10 most wanted Star Wars Hot Toys. We're at number 8, Return of the Jedi Vader. Number 9 was the Revenge of the Sith Emperor Palpatine. Number 10 was the N1 Starfighter. Mr. Will, Return of the Jedi Vader. And I do believe that this is a no-brainer. But there hasn't been any tease of this at all. But in a way, with the quarter scale, there is. You got the 40th anniversary, Return of the Jedi next year. How do you not put this out next year.
Yeah, this is a very, I feel like, slam dunk type of figure for, Hot Toys. Like Mario was saying, you could literally just take the quarter scale, even if you wanted to include the same accessories and base and all that, just shrink it down and literally release it, and people would be like, this is great. And that's all you would have to do, really. And you could release some other stuff with it if you wanted. Just make it kind of new, give it that sort of like the Empire 40th anniversary, right? Give it a box like that. People will be all over it. And like Lael said, you could do the same with the Emperor. And oh my God, you have a win. People are going to be happy just to have another option. This Vader, yeah, I mean, pretty much any Darth Vader is going to be a hit. I mean, like, it's just, he's the most iconic character in Star Wars. I still believe that. I still believe, like, if you walk up to someone on the street and say, name one Star Wars character, I bet it's like 70-80% of them would probably say Darth Vader before they said Luke Skywalker. So I think Darth Vader is the most iconic and recognizable Star Wars character, and one of the most recognizable characters ever. So this is just a very profitable character for probably any company that produces him. But for me personally, I would probably not get this because I already have the Empire 40th version and I'm getting the Vader from Kenobi. So I don't need, I'm not a huge, I mean, I'm a huge Vader fan. I have a cosplay of him, but I'm not as big as Mario of a fan as Vader. So like, I wouldn't get every single Vader, but for me, like I would love this one, Lael, but it's like, I already have two. I would probably.
But what if it came with a head sculpt though, Will?
Maybe if I could, I'm sure it would. I'm sure it probably would come with head sculpt. And that's a good point. But I mean, I feel like the DX Obi-Wan Vader kind of comes with a half head sculpt.
Get him now.
He's gonna get him. He's
What'd you
definitely
say, Leo?
I already know you can do it.
Oh, dude, it's very possible. Very possible. Very possible. Because if this figure comes out as good as it looks in quarter scale form, then that would be very tough. But
you're gonna do it.
Leo, it would depend on the price. Bro. I don't want to put myself in a corner here, but I will say that the DX Vader from Obi-Wan, I think that. What did you say, Leo or Mario?
You will get it.
Okay, I'm in. That's all you need to do. I'm in. Yes, I will. So
and you'll buy everyone else on the panel.
These are the pre-orders.
I wish I had that type of money, bro. Come on now. Yeah. So I think, but Aries, this dude, if the Hot Toys put this up for pre-order even tomorrow, but anytime they put it up, people are going to go bonkers for it. You're going to see a ton of YouTube videos. You're going to see the comments and Reddit going crazy. This figure. Anything Darth Vader sells, man.
Hey,
so
Aries, there's some booty bots in here, bro.
Oh, we got booty bots.
Listen, the booty bots are here. So we all know what happens.
They are all over the place. Where are the mods?
Yo, I'm telling you, I swear to God, when Mario's on the show, the booty bots show up. I'm telling you, it always happens.
Mario is like a booty bot magnet.
This is like
I'm not the booty bot. I am not. Nope.
We're gonna play Missile Command. I need all my mods out there. Do you got your joysticks ready? Here we go, baby. Let's blow them out of here.
Nice.
There you go.
Equals, baby.
There you go. They're going.
But yeah, Aries, I think, I say I wouldn't get it now, but Lael probably remembers I said I wasn't going to get that in our Pennywise either. Look what I got two of them. So, my word doesn't mean much in the beginning. So
we are the biggest hypocrites.
Yeah. Lael's got to see Wednesday.
Bro.
I know.
We are. We say stuff.
You're gonna find me with an N1 starfighter, bro. Watch. I hate to admit it, but
you're gonna see a whole bunch of people with that track. You're gonna see some unveiling, be like, yeah.
You gotta do your unboxing live there, Mario, when you get it now.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Well, listen, Mario, I know you want to talk about this because as soon as I flash this up, you spilled your coffee, baby. So, number 8 for me. And maybe number 1 for you, Mario, or definitely up there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to roll to the next one. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm like waiting for a reveal. I'm like,
you already spilled your coffee out.
I was looking at something else, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I've got the quarter scale of this piece, man, and it's an absolute gorgeous, man. So, I would definitely take it in 6 scale as well. I mean, just for the fact that everybody else can, enjoy that same masterpiece that was put on quarter scale too, man. So it's definitely coming without a doubt. No question in my mind. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
And perhaps for May 4th announcement. I mean, considering that the 40th anniversary is so close, around there. So we'll see.
And
we'll see.
Hey, Aries, I got to dip out of here, man. I got to get ready for the show, Comic Book Talk with Friends.
No problem,
gonna be back there. Wait, man. Thank you for having me on here, bro. I can't wait till next Monday. Everybody, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, Come on, man. Six Scale Cantina. You got to rock with it. If you haven't subscribed to El Professordo, get that free beard. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. If you haven't subscribed to Will Fox Vacation for the Gun Show, you know what time it is.
It's true,
Make
bro.
sure you get over there. And if you ain't, come on, Space Pimp. I don't think I have to say any more than that. I think that's it. I don't want to say more than that. You already know. You already know, baby. You already know. But anyway, man, thank you for having me here, bro. I'll see you next week. And again, after this show, not while this show is on, after this show, everybody can tune over and tune into the Comic Book Talk with Friends. Great discussion. So thank you for having me, bro. I can't wait. And I'm actually going to play it back so I can see what everybody else's list is. I mean, what else you saying that's actually on the list? I hope Padme or something's on there, bro. I hope. Or you doing Return of the Jedi only, right? Or you doing just different?
No, everything. My top 10 most wanted.
Yeah, I hope Padme's on there, and I hope that exclusive cosplay Vader with Will Fox Vacation's head sculpt is on there too. All right, man. I'll talk to y'all later,
dude.
All right,
sure
man. I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely, and make sure everybody watching you subscribe. To the 1/6 Scale Man Lail. Always a pleasure having you in here, and I always got your link in the video description.
Thank you, man. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
All right, see you, bro.
Good stuff. So what in the world, guys? Should I go to number 7? Should I make them wait?
Yeah.
All right. What is number 7? Can anybody in there guess? Do you think you know what number 7 is? Gonna give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, stay calm. I am calm. I'm talking to myself.
Dude, unexpected.
Very unexpected. Yeah. And you know what? That would make a great 2-pack.
Yeah, just redo the Finn Stormtrooper and give us the Poe. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm a Star Wars freak. You guys all know that. And Oscar Isaac is one of the stars of the sequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have Daisy Ridley, you have John Boyega, in there, you have Adam Driver. Where is Oscar Isaac? And even when you go to the original trilogy, of course, you got Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher. And then from the first films, you got Peter Cushing, Alec Guinness. Of course, you get Billy D. Williams. I feel like one, and I have a couple that are on this list. For me, as a Star Wars buff, say what you want about sequels or about a certain movie or whatever. I need to have this character, Will, for me, because I just feel like I'm missing Oscar Isaac. And he's in all 3 of the movies, and he's a major star. So yes, maybe unexpected for some people, but I really, really want this thing, baby. It's on my most wanted.
Yeah, and I don't blame you, Aries. This would be a figure that I would actually pick up. So I'm the resident, one of the resident sequels fans. There are some out there like in the chat that like myself. I don't love all of them. Like Last Jedi, I always have to say I like that film. I don't love it, but there are things I definitely like in it, like the Praetorian Guards. I love those, and I love the figures. But Poe Dameron, Aries, there had to have been something that Hot Toys looked at where they were like, this is not going to sell. Like there had to have been something where they were like, this is not going to sell to enough people to make this worth our while. Maybe Oscar Isaac's likeness is too expensive because Moon Knight doesn't even have a head sculpt. So there's got to be something there where Hot Toys was like, the likeness is too expensive. Not that many people are going to buy Poe Dameron anyway. They were like, let's just not even worry about it. So I don't know. They made a prototype, that one time. So I don't know. I'd be really interested to see this, Aries, because I do think this would not be a massive mover, but I think there'd be enough people maybe to make it worthwhile. I don't know. But is it realistic? I don't know. At this point, I feel like that ship might have sailed. Maybe it's like when the sequels get really old, maybe a 10th anniversary or something. Like you get a 10th anniversary of The Force Awakens, which is, what was it? Was that 2015?
Yeah,
like
2015.
yeah, so that's not too far actually. A couple years, maybe it's a 10th anniversary, and they do it, and they make a Poe Dameron. So
And you said really old. 10-year anniversary is really old, bro.
yeah, bro.
Damn.
I mean that's it's kind of so not too bad though, not too bad. But I will say the Poe Dameron, yeah, it would be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool, but I don't know how realistic it is. Aries. I would get it though. I mean, I'm a sequel fan, so I like Poe Dameron in the films a lot. He's one of the big three. That's really what it's really Kylo, Rey, and I guess Finn, so 4. But but those 4 are really the big leading characters. He's meant to be the Han Solo of this trilogy. Right. So that's kind of what he is. Not quite as rogue as Han, but but still, they tried to make him that in Last Jedi a little bit. But
and I feel like I'm missing that Han from this trilogy. And I agree with you. I think it's like 10th anniversary is more realistic. But I'm wondering, because Will, that they're making so many of these low batches. I mean, maybe it would be worth it for them to just. I think if they made this figure, it would be a low run, like maybe 2,000 or 3,000. Yeah, but I think that they would. They probably would sell those. I would think maybe. I don't think they'd have to go lower than that, but I mean, it's possible. But then I feel like that they'd want to use that head sculpt again, and when, like you're saying, I mean, like with him, unless he's coming on Disney Plus. Or like they're how many more figures over the next 5-6 years can they put out of this character? But yeah, no, I just need this one. Jay, let's go to you. Poe Dameron.
Yep,
you were surprised. That's on my list, baby.
Very surprised, and excellent pick. And y'all know me. I always go to my 2-pack because we want to talk about. We always want to add value, right? And I think this figure by itself, I think I kind of agree with Will. The ship has kind of sailed. But if we want a Poe Dameron figure, I see it going 2 ways. The 2-pack way. Two 2-packs, 2 different types of 2-packs. One would be what we just saw. Because when I saw that, I was like, perfect. That's a 2-pack right there. And that gives us another shot at a Finn, a Stormtrooper Finn. And we can get him, and we can get Poe Dameron battle damage with some scarring, light scuff, a little bit of blood, a little bit of effects right there. Come out cool. Another 2-pack would be this right here. Earlier on in the movie, when the movie first begins, we get him and BB-8. And that one can be a clean version. So that's 2 ways I could see them doing this if they want to do a Poe Dameron at this point. Right now, like by itself, I don't know if it would sell. I don't. Even with a small batch, we don't know. I mean, it's hard getting Lando out here. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for eventually Lando will sell, but it's still sitting. So I see this one sitting as well. But I think if you put this in a 2-pack with BB-8, I think that's a good way to go. Or a 2-pack with another Finn. That Stormtrooper Finn was great. I mean, I believe that was a special edition. That was a Toy Fair exclusive. So getting that,
it would have to be a low run though if they were. I agree with you guys. Because I mean, but the BB-8 would be a nice touch, like you're saying. Or they can redo the Finn was one of the first comments you said when I flashed this on the screen.
Yep.
Which would be really cool, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mario, Poe Dameron, would you buy it, baby?
Oh, absolutely, man. I remember they teased us. I think it was back in 2016 with a flight suit version of it. It was just a tease, and that was it.
Yep.
So, I believe we actually saw the figure at some sort of con. I think, but it was never heard or seen from ever again, man. And as far as them doing it, I think the only way to do it is that they come out and they say, hey, man, this is going to be a limited run of 300 pieces. Then everybody and their mama will want to get it because of exclusivity, right? So it's going to be a low run figure. I don't know. We'll see. But I think that would be the only way that it would sell. I mean, like you mentioned, just make it a real low batch, advertise it as a low batch, and it'll sell out. It'll sell out day one, no problem. But it's definitely a missed opportunity for the fact that, and you're right, he was sort of that Han Solo-esque character, within the sequel trilogy. And it does leave, in my opinion, I mean, looking at my shelf down here, that's almost done. it does leave a little bit of a void, in that collection, not having them in there. But it's really difficult to say if he'll actually sell. Even regardless if you, Jay, if you put him in a 2-pack with Finn or BB-8, because I don't know if those are figures that, I don't know if a lot of the community necessarily wants as well. To be honest, that's why I just think they just do another stealth suit Captain America thing and advertise it like that. We'll see if it'll sell.
Yeah,
I think that might be the best bet of getting it out there. But yeah, I really wish they would have done the flight suit. I would have had that in the collection.
I think that's a good way to put it out, Mario, because I forgot about that flight suit. That would be, that'd be a cool way to get them out. Wow.
It's good thoughts, guys, and I think that you guys are all right on with it. And Payton says, and up in here, you could put the head sculpt on Moon Knight. Probably. Charlie the Unicorn says, I think this character might show up in the future, just to tremble with the Force right now. Have to agree. Single songwriter of Toy Fair 2023. I'll agree with that too. I'd like the dream, baby. El Kid Fido says, not realistic. Darkseid rated me is the only possible sequel figure Hot Toys can make, and that would sell.
I agree.
Female Sith? Sure, absolutely.
Please.
Please. And Payton says, guys, Poe would be a small batch. It would go waitlisted early, most likely, probably. And Blue Tattoos in the house says, I want a Poe figure in the orange flight suit from The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Put it in the 2-pack with hugs, says the Beskar kid. I love when he hugs the BB-8. Come on. Come on. But yeah, this is fun. DS Ray is hotcakes. Are you kidding me? Fellas, Mario, Will, brother cousins. That was number 7. Remember, number 10 was the N1 Starfighter. Number 9, Pennywise's match.
I'm surprised that is so far down the list, man. Revenge of the Sith Emperor.
Well, Return of the Jedi Vader is above him. No, Poe Dameron. Okay, well, this was probably going to shock you because where this is at the list. But what in the world could be number 6? And should I fill up table 10 with all of the pilots and all of the passengers and droids therein? Can you guess? And without further ado, number 6.
Are you stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder?
Yes.
Number 6. Now, here's the thing, because I'll take anyone at this point. Bespin, Hoth, Endor, just give me a damn Han Solo.
Hey, I'll take another New Hope release.
Yeah, that would be great.
2.0 that.
A Han Solo. Yes.
Absolutely.
And I really feel like he's coming. And I don't know who wants to go first here. Will, let's go to you with Han Solo.
Yeah.
But he's insane right now. And I was talking about in the secondary market, Han Solo in every way. But it's just on my wish list. I've been waiting for a while. It could be Bespin. It can be Hoth. Please give me a Hoth Han. I probably want the Hoth Han more than the Bespin Han, to be honest with you. Because that means I'm getting a Hoth Luke. And I may get a Tauntaun. So that's a little selfish in those areas.
Yeah.
Endor Han, I feel like he's coming, Will. Because we have the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. I think it's possible he could come before the Bespin Han, and I think Anthony from Six Scale Mafia was bringing that up some time ago on my show, and I agree with that. I think Endor Han could be the one that comes next. But go ahead, go baby.
Could be. I mean, Aries, I feel like maybe Harrison Ford just hates Star Wars too much. That like he
it
just
is
like,
a good point.
Well,
it is a
like,
good point.
and it sounds like really morbid and terrible, but I almost feel like for us to get a Han Solo figure again, he's gonna have to die. because I feel like then his estate will be like, we want to make as much money off his likeness as possible. Let's have every company that wants. It's like, you know, like now there's a million Heath Ledger things. Not that he didn't want that when he was alive, but like there's like Dark Knight Jokers all the time and statues, figures, whatever, right? Because it's super hot, popular character. And, you know, obviously his family and everyone else are comfortable with, you know, having his likeness sold. And that's fine because it seems like Heath never really didn't want that. But Harrison Ford seems like, I don't know if he's said that I've seen, but he seems to clearly like not want that. I don't know. Like you don't really see a lot of merchandise around him. We'll see with the new Indiana Jones how that goes. But I don't know. I mean, he destroyed that Han Solo figure on what was Jimmy Fallon before.
Yes,
so,
he did.
you know, and I'm sure that like broke every collector's heart in the world. But when he did that, but you know, I had that Han Solo figure, Aries, and I really liked it a lot. It was a really well done figure, especially for the time, like a really good head sculpt. I ended up selling it just because I knew what I could get for it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll hold out and hopefully they do another reissue. If they don't, then so be it. You know, I can always buy Han again later if I feel like it. But you know, I just feel like they teased this Aries and, you know, it should be coming. That's probably the exact same head sculpt from the New Hope one. And I think most people would probably be fine with that. But they probably should update it because it's been a while. But whether they would is the question. But I don't know, Aries. I'm starting to lose hope on this because this probably should have come out at least with the 40th anniversary set. So, and it didn't. So maybe we get the Endor Han. Maybe there's another opportunity next year. Maybe we could get it. But I don't know, man. I'm starting to lose hope on Han Solo really ever being made again until something terrible happens. So I would get it. I would get it because I'd love to have a Harrison Ford Han Solo, especially the Bespin one. I really like it because you could cover those joints on the wrists that the New Hope one didn't cover. So I think that would be a really easy, nice solution. But I don't know. I'm sure it would look fantastic. I'm not so sure this is likely though, because I'm just too pessimistic at this point. I'm losing hope on this one.
Well, all I could say, Will, is help me, Howard Chan. You're my only hope.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
It's true.
Brother cousins, Bespin Han. I agree with Will, and I hope Will was wrong, though. But
I hope so, too. I hope I am.
Number 6. I need a Han Solo, another one.
This is a great, man. I really want this, and they teased this, knowing that we would want it. And I mean, and I agree with Will. I think this is the same head sculpt from the New Hope version, and they just changed the clothes. And honestly, that's all I wanted. They just give us the same figure, same body, same head sculpt, and just give us the change, give us the clothes, the different trousers and the jacket. I'm good. That's all we want. And I still think that this is going to happen. I think it's going to happen. I'm keeping the faith alive. I'm keeping the hope alive. I think it's really going to happen. It's just a matter of when, damn it. When, but when. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, and good stuff there, Will and Jay. And Mario Odin01 says Hasbro revealed the new Indie line coming next year and re-releases of vintage figures. So there's some new Harrison stuff coming out. I need this to happen. I need the Hot Toys wizard, Mario, to do a miracle and get us a Han. Is it possible? On April 13th, earlier this year, we got the impossible, the unexpected, the Bespin Luke. Are we going to get the Bespin Han? But either way, whether we get it or not, I need this. It's on my list. You surprised where it's at, my friend?
Yeah, man, I thought it'd be a little bit higher, man. This is something that's been a lot of us original trilogy fans have been wanting. I mean, frankly, shouting for the longest time that Hot Toys give us this damn figure, man. We've seen this.
What could be my
we
top
see these
5?
teases. We see I'm so curious about the rest of your list now, man.
I know, it's curiosity.
Look, man, they teased us a long time ago with this Best Leia photos, man, and she's right here in the collection, man. We've got her. I don't understand why we haven't gotten this yet. I mean, but you're definitely right. I mean, whether it be a Hoth Han, oh my God, I would love a Hoth Han, please, with a Tauntaun. Yes. I mean, Tauntaun on the side. I mean, with swappable head sculpts or whatever like that, because they both were a little bit different between the two. But I would really. Endor Han, yeah, sure. But would let me ask you guys: would you guys be satisfied if they just give us a Han and Carbonite and that's all we're gonna get? Would you guys
No,
No, I'd rather a reissue of the A New Hope one straight reissue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm seeing these comments in the chat about how we're not going to see anything until Harrison Ford is warm food, man, and that's I don't really want to have to think that, but I kind of think that might be a possibility, man. I think you're onto something there, bro.
You have to wonder.
I mean, it sucks to hear that, but I mean, that just might be business. That just might be what it takes before we actually get the figures that we've been asking for the longest time. But only time will tell, man. So we'll see.
Well, listen, we're down to the top 5. Let's see how quickly we can get through these. What in the world could be number 5? Will, can you guess my top 5?
Mace Windu. Mace Windu at number 5.
You have to wonder. Okay, Jay, can you guess it?
Greedo.
Greedo.
That's a good
choice. That's a unique one.
El Profesoro, number 5.
I'm gonna say Hoth Luke.
Interesting. And in the chat, can you guess it? And here we go. Aries, number 5.
You don't have to tell me twice, Aries.
So need I say more? Soul, Dark Side Ray, absolutely gonna make the Dark Jedi's top 5. But come on here, guys. Whichever one of you want to go first, just push yourself to the top. Who wants this figure? I know I want this figure. I definitely buy this figure.
We'd all buy this. Mario, tell me. You'd buy this.
Of course, yeah. Look. This is definitely my top 10. I've been wanting this for a while, and I'm surprised they haven't brought it out yet. I mean, to me, this one screams Toy Fair exclusive all day.
Yeah, it does.
SDCC or whatever, some sort of exclusive, man. I mean, this is something that we've been wanting to get. I know Hasbro took a crack at it. They sold some, so I'm surprised that Hot Toys hasn't, jumped on the same opportunity to do it. It's not. I don't think it's that difficult of a figure to produce, and it's gonna be something nice to see, something a little bit different. You know what I mean? And then all the light side rays that we have. So just to get that evil version, she was only there for like a couple seconds. I mean, just like the solo Darth Maul. I mean, there's a bunch of characters that I'm looking at my display case that have only had like limited screen time, just as much as this dark side Ray. And I think she definitely deserves her, her just due in that figure form, in the Hot Toys form. So yes, I would definitely want it in my top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Will, brother, cousins, which one do you want to go, baby? I know you guys have said it already. Just
I'm looking at something that Beskar Kid just put here, and I have to agree. I can definitely see this a dark side Ray and a light side Ben 2-pack. Yes. I agree. Yes, and more yes, absolutely.
Well, Will, I'm just gonna say, and I say yes. But Will, you would buy this figure. I know you're a sequel fan, like me as well, except that I don't like what they did to Luke. But
I get that.
I like what they did to her here, though.
Yeah. Well, Aries, first off, I want to ask, who made this art print? Because I really like this.
That looks dope.
I don't know, but I've used this on so many battles.
Okay, I gotta find this. Because I really like this a lot. So I'm gonna poo-poo on it just a little bit because I love this Dark Side Ray. I'm not so sure about a 2-pack with Ben. I'm the biggest Kylo fan in the world, right? But that Ben Solo is very basic. It's very basic. It's like just a black shirt, black pants, and a blue lightsaber. I don't know. I don't know if people would go for that. I'd be worried about that people would actually buy Dark Side Ray. 100%. I think.
Well, Will.
Yeah.
What if they actually did like a Jedi Academy Ben Padawan, like we saw in the
might
dream
work.
instead?
That might work.
That'd be more intriguing.
If we did something like that, like when Luke tried to kill him or whatever, you could have that.
Recreate that scene all over again.
Back against the wall, Ben Solo. Yeah, that might work. That might work, Mario. And have him with his green lightsaber. That would be pretty cool. Did he have a green? Was it blue? I can't remember.
It was blue. It was blue.
Okay. Yeah. So Dark Side Ray, I think you guys are 100% right that this screams like an SDCC or a summer exclusive or whatever you want to call it. I think people would go for. I mean, I've heard people say this, like non-sequel fans, like they look at this and like, I would buy a Dark Side Ray. I totally would. So I think this would be. You don't have to make a ton of them because it's still Ray and she's still somewhat controversial, but polarizing. But I would say make Dark Side Ray.
Well, then you have to wonder Is it possible that the panel and you in the chat know what my top 4 is? You have entered the top 5. Now we're going to enter the dragon. What in the world can be number 4? I think I should go ahead and just play this clip. It may blow you all away.
I will not condone a course of action that will lead us to war.
I was gonna say Padme too. I really was.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. And honestly, I love the Padme that they tease. Don't misunderstand me. But I really think once they give us this Natalie Portman head sculpt, we're going to get probably every iteration that they could do. She had so many outfits. She must have had like 10 more than Leia had. And Leia had a lot, and we're not done getting the Leia figures. But this, to me, is like a gold mine. And really with that, because you could put out, unlike the Oscar Isaac one we were talking about earlier, El Profesoro, people would buy, even if they only could make like 1,000 or 1,500 at a time. You'll get a lot of Star Wars fans that'll just buy, okay, I'll take that iteration. I'll take this. I'll take that. They keep using the same darn head sculpt. They can make 20,000 of these Queen Amidala's by the time it's over, but it's like a million different variations. Sure. Some people may only get 1 or 2, but I think this has money written all over it, baby.
Yes.
She has so many different variations, man. I think Hot Toys can start their own masterpiece line with just Queen Amidala or Padme in it, man, to be honest. I mean, there's so many different ones. I mean, which one do you choose? I don't think you really go wrong with any of them that are out there, really. But I think this, the one you just showed, the in the red gown is pretty. I think that's pretty damn iconic. It was opening scene, or fairly early, within the Phantom Menace, man. And I would love to see that in some iteration, whether it be that. To be honest, I like the one where she's kind of like all in black when she wants to leave Coruscant and go back to Naboo. I think it's that. I think it's that particular one, but this one too, man. I mean, excuse me. I remember when what was it? When the Hasbro figures dropped, and this was one of them. I remember the dolls that were out there, the 12-inch, and I thought they looked decent.
Yeah.
It translated. I think it translated well in 3.75 too, and but I would love, because I know Hot Toys can capture all these little details that are in the outfit, that are within the costume all together. And that would be so cool to see, to have that sit on the shelf, right? I mean, she could look basic from far away, I guess. But if you look really close and you see all these little intricate patterns, like, all over her gown, or, the little, whatever she's wearing on her head, her mask or what have you. I think there's just so much going on, man. And I think she would translate really, really well. Hell, I want the damn chair too, man. Well, give me the throne, Pat. Give me Queen Amidala on the throne, please.
Well, they love thrones. And when you say masterpiece collection, but go ahead, brother Cousins. I know we got the top 3, so go quickly, but go ahead, my man. I know that you'd be game for this.
Absolutely. But I've had dreams about waking up and seeing this like on Facebook. I'm not really seeing this. I'm just seeing it, on the banner and like, oh my God, like this would shut it down. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
And I'm with Mario on it 100%. I know I'm frozen right now, but I'm with Mario 100%, having that throne and, making it a throne deluxe version. This would just be a gorgeous piece that you would definitely have to have in your collection. If, any Star Wars fan would want this, even if, I know some people are like, oh, I'm an OT person, I'm a prequel person, but I think this is everybody would want this, because it would just be a gorgeous piece. And like Mario was saying, just like that, like a masterpiece type of line with Queen Amidala. Like this would be Hot Toys at their best. It would be really them taking it to the next level and testing themselves when it comes to like fine materials and application and stitching. It would be a work of, to say the least, it would be a complete work of art. So yeah, I would love to see them do this.
Well said. And we'll real quickly, as we could also get to the top 3, but I think that this does have Hot Toys written all over it. And I also think it has money written all over it, because you could have so many variations and keep reusing, obviously different fabric, but you could just reuse this head sculpt over and over.
Yeah, and I think this would pop on a shelf. Just a very colorful, vibrant looking costume and character and figure. So for sure, I think this is one that they could explore. Yeah, I'm interested why they haven't done more Padme or a Padme. They've only done one Natalie Portman, and it was Lady Thor. So or Mighty Thor. So yeah, they haven't even explored a Padme. They showed the one what was it called, the prototype, but that was pretty much it. So yeah, this could be something they explore. I mean, this would be a cool looking figure on the shelf. I thought you were gonna put Jar Jar at number 4, but here we are with Queen
number
Amidala.
1, baby.
Dude, I would buy
Number
a Jar Jar. All kidding aside, I would get one.
Hell yeah.
Dude, put it in with a 2-pack with little Anakin, man. I'm all in.
Well,
Yeah,
listen, we're down to the top 3. This one's not going to surprise you, but it's going to surprise you because you're going to be like, what the heck is 2 and what is 1? But here comes the top 3. And I guess I should just go ahead and play the clip. I've got it queued up. Are you guys ready? Out there in Cantina world, make some noise if you are ready.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
I mean, you could have everybody in that whole scene. I mean,
dude.
Please.
We need Mace and we need that Palpatine.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I totally agree. And we were talking about that Palpatine earlier. But yeah, guys, and I know that this is coming because they purposely put it Will in the battle droid prototype. So they knew that we'd be talking about it. But this makes my top 10. It's all the way up at number 3, which makes you wonder what number 2 and number 1 is.
Mm-hmm.
But Mace is all the way up there, baby.
Yeah, and I think this would be a real nice figure for a lot of people. I know I would get this. I know there's a ton of people that saw it teased with that battle droid and we were like, come on now. We thought he would be out by now. And the Hot Toys did say they're not done with this line. So they're going to explore more of it. And I think Mace isn't, dude, come on now. They probably just like bought the third-party one and put it in this picture. And they're making everyone think that it's actually one of theirs. And it's just like the ultimate FU to the third-party companies. That's probably what they did. No. I think Mace is going to get made. I think he will get. It's way overdue. But Mace Windu, I think, will get a figure. It's just a matter of when. Maybe before like middle of next year, I would think you would see this. But I think everyone on this panel would get Mace. And there's a lot of people out there in the chat that would get him too. He's one of the most important Jedi ever. So, yeah, he's incredible.
Jay, Truly says, Yaddle. And Eddie says, who doesn't want a Sam Jackson? Come on. Single Songwriter says, 2023 Hot Toys. Mary Sullivan, come on, Mace. Sean Bean, Mace. Bail Organa says Master Imwe. Interesting. Kid Fisto. Come on, brother cousins.
Man, everybody wants this bad MF. Come on, everybody does. Come on, what are y'all waiting for? It's once again, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen at the damnedest time when nobody expects it, and it's just gonna be like, and it's going to shut everything down. It's going to be one of those. It's probably going to be one of those days when everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Hot Toys, in art, and whatever." And then next thing you know, boom, this drops, and then it's just like this craziness, pandemonium everywhere. I can't wait for that day to happen. I live for that day, but it's going to happen at some point because, like everybody said, I thought this would, when did they do this? They showed us this this summer? This was like early summer, matter of fact. I think this was like June May or June. So
May 4th, I think it was.
May 4th, yes. So, we thought we would have had this by now, but they're probably fine-tuning it. They're just ready to, they want to make sure that sculpt is on point, which it should be because they did a good. I mean, shoot, if you look at Samuel Jackson from the Nick Fury Samuel Jackson they did, and the Spirit one was they had his likeness pretty good back then. So they just got to knock it out the park again with this. Yeah, and they will, and it's gonna be a great day when this is announced.
Well, listen, Mario, before we get to you and Will, I know you've got a jet. You've got a jet here. Yeah. We got our top 2, but Will, it was so great having you on the program. You'll have to guess. Before you go, I'm gonna give you 2 guesses. What could be number 2 and number 1? Go. Let's see if you get it right.
Dude, that's like so we can't say other Padme, right? Because we have Queen Amidala. What about Padme in general?
Well, you could. You could. I mean,
I'm gonna say Padme is one of them. I'm gonna say Padme is one of them. I'm also gonna say Mario mentioned. I think it was Mario mentioned Hoth Luke. That was a pretty good one. I'm trying to think of what
Table 44.
Who hasn't been made? Who hasn't been made? I don't know because that's
Naboo Frick hasn't been made.
Who hasn't? Oh, what about what's his name?
Prototype, white prototype Boba Fett hasn't been made.
What's
Captain
his name?
Panaka?
No, the guy who shows up in all the Star Wars stuff now. He was in Obi-Wan that you guys mentioned.
C-3PO?
No. Well, C-3PO would be right. But
he's
that's actually really good.
We haven't gotten him yet.
No. Bail Organa.
You have to wonder.
Yeah.
Is it Bail?
Yeah.
Is it Jimmy Smits?
I'm going to say Bail Organa and Padme. Final answer.
Bail Organa and Padme. Final answer. Will, listen. Everybody, I have the link to Will Foxification in the video description below. Make sure you take a pause, go click on his link and subscribe to this man. He's got a great channel. Always got the great shows going on. Collectors Mingle every Sunday as well at 8 o'clock. I know that I will be on very soon over the next several weeks. We've been talking. So
absolutely.
Thanks for being here, Will. We're going to count down to 2. We're going to see if you're right.
Probably not, but it's fine. It was a good guess nonetheless. But thanks so much for having me, Aries. And yeah, guys, have a good night. Good to hang with brother cousins and El Professor or Beard God as always. So yeah, man.
Likewise,
but yeah, have a good one, guys. Hopefully I got the last 2 right, but I doubt it. So should be fun either way. But cool. That's it for me, man. Thanks for having me.
Will, always good, man. What a pleasure.
Cool. Peace out, guys.
See you, Will.
El Profesoro, I'm going to get to the top 2. Do you want to say anything about Mace? You got to go real quickly, baby.
Bring it. We've been waiting for it for the longest time. Just bring it. Let's get her done.
Let's get her done. What could be the top 2? Does anybody? All right. So Will said what his was. I know I got to do that. Go ahead, Jay. Tell me what number 2 is.
Number 2 would be. Let me think about this real quick. Let's say Bail Organa. No. Jar Jar.
Jar
Shit,
Jar.
you took my pick, dude.
Mario, that's your pick, too?
I'm gonna say Ugnaught.
Ugnaught.
We haven't seen any of them at all.
Damn, did he get it? Let's play it. What do you say in the chat? What is Aries' number 2 most wanted? I'm going to fill up one of the coldest tables in the cantina right now.
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
Well played, yes. Damn good.
Come on, everybody.
Yes.
Number 2.
Yes.
The man, the myth, the legend, Luke Skywalker, Hoth.
Yes.
And I really believe, brother cousins, this one is coming. They've got the head sculpt for that they use with the deep fake that they're using with this DX25. They got the other one that they just used on the snow speeder. This is easy damn money, dude.
I think this is going to happen, and I think it's going to be once again, geez, me and my 2. I've been hitting you out with 2 packs all night, but I definitely see this with the Tauntaun, and I think to gauge this, they want to see how the Mandalorian and the blurg sell, how those sells, and how the Quill, how that sells. If those sell, if they do what they want to do, I think we're really going to get this. And I mean, even if those don't sell, I think if they put a Tauntaun and Luke out and Hoth Luke, come on, it's out of here. It's out of the park. I really think we're going to get this. Really think it's going to happen. I would say this is. I almost want to guess and say this will be announced by the end of the year. I really feel
and I tell you what, baby, that is a pretty awesomely bold statement there, my friend. And listen, with that kind of statement, you have to wonder, brother cousins, is this what they call
him? The Wizard.
I just may be, baby.
Mario, real quick, we're going to get to number 1. Here's my number 2, Hoth Luke. Let me know what you think in the chat of my number 2 right here. We're counting down to number 1. You have to wonder what it is, but let's go, baby.
Look, man, if I can only have one Luke in the collection, it's going to be Hoth Luke. I love this iteration. I've always had since I was younger, man. I'm the vintage 375 figure, man, was like one of my favorites, growing up with the Tauntaun, bro. There's just something about the design that I've always loved. The goggles, the hat, the scarf, the entire getup, the whole bit. I just think it's completely iconic, and you've got to have them with the Tauntaun, Jay. I mean, you're completely right. Whether or not they'll release them at the end of the year, that remains to be seen. I mean, I would love to see that, but I think it's a bit of a stretch. But, fingers crossed, man. I really hope they do that. But yeah, this is the figure that I'm definitely looking forward to picking up, personally as well, man. And I really hope it comes out soon.
Well, listen, there's so many in here. People are trying to say, is it Slave Leia? Is it Greedo? Is it a Tauntaun? Is it a Bantha? What is my number 1, guys? What could be number 1? Is it General Veers? Is it Admiral Piet? Is it Watto? Is it Sebulba? What could it be? I mean, any guesses at all?
I'm trying to think of all the clips that you usually play, man, and I think you played pretty much most of them, so I'm trying to think what else could be
like,
up there,
like this
man.
clip right here, Mario, right?
You're delicious.
Ciao, boys.
Oh, give me a Pizza the Hut all day, man.
Dude, I would go crazy for some Spaceball figures. Seriously. Shit.
Aries is number 1 as we get ready to close the show. Number 1 figure in the chat. Can you guess? You've got 25 seconds to guess. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Do you possibly know what the Hot Toys wizard is cooking? What is number 1? Put it in the chat quick. Mario, what is number 1?
I'm saying Grievous. I'm going with Wayne Timothy here. I think Grievous is it.
Jay, what do you say? He says Grievous.
I say a 1/6 scale Rancor.
Should I play it, baby?
Let's do
Let's
it.
go.
Let's do it. Do it.
What's going on here? I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.
And so it is.
And so it
wow. Will was right. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow.
And you have to wonder, is it possible that I have heard personally from the Hot Toys wizard that Jimmy Smits is 100% coming? And I say yes. This is my number 1 most wanted. I mean, come on. I'm going to start like campaigning for Jimmy Smits. I'm going to start like going on the campaign trail for Jimmy Smits. How many Star Wars movies does this guy have to be in, Star Wars content, for them to give him a figure? Come on. I know this is a lot of fun, but I really want this one, baby. It's like a mission for me now. So I want it more than the Hoth Luke. I want it more than the Tauntaun. I want it more than Vader. I just want the Jimmy Smits already.
Yeah. I think it'll look amazing next to a New Hope Leia. I mean, if I'm honest, I think even more so if they put this out in the Kenobi line with little Leia, I would eat that up for days, man, just to get a chance to get that little Leia figure. I think that'd be amazing.
That would be great.
Yeah, Bail Organa, man, he's like the what Wong is to the MCU, man. That's him not getting a figure. That's what Bail Organa is to the Star Wars universe, man. We're seeing him all over the place. You haven't got him figured yet, but yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I can't be mad at that.
He would make a good once again. He would make a good like Hot Toys Toy Fair exclusive. He would be a great figure to get. Just a limited run. Put him out there, real cool. Give him a blaster or something. Awesome blaster communicator or something. There we go. Real handsome guy. Come on, we gotta
get that.
Come on. I mean, seriously, guys. Jay, would you buy this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Mario?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And really, I actually think that they can make a lot of money with this one because there's so many different ways. You could have Clone Wars Bail Organa. You could have Rebels Bail Organa. You could have the Obi-Wan series Bail Organa. You could have the prequels Bail Organa. You could have Rogue One.
Yeah.
Bail Organa. Yeah. You could have Bail Organa. I mean, up the wazoo, baby. And I think you only got to make a few thousand of them each time, or even like 1,500, but you probably could give a number of variations where at the end of the day, you sell 10,000 of these. Like, seriously. I think it could happen, Jay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and we talked about, like, I hate to call him that he would be a boring figure, but an essential figure, a good figure to have in the collection. But we have other figures that we necessarily didn't need, but it's good to have, and it's good to round out your collection for all of us that collect real deep into Star Wars. And this would be a good one, and this would be a good example. I would put this up there with like a Hoth Leia. I'm sorry, not a Hoth Leia, but a Bespin Leia. Same type of deal. I would love to see this. I want. That's the good thing about Hot Toys and the Star Wars line, that they go deep in, that they can go deep into these lines and really give us figures that are like they're somewhat kind of fine, obscure, but they will be good to have, and I think it would be good exclusives.
Definitely.
I would rather have these as. And I know people are probably going to get fried for this. I'm sorry, I gotta say it though, and I get it. I must have all that. That is great, but I would have rather had this as an exclusive than an Arena Boba Fett.
It just gets you a different, because there's not one bail.
Yeah,
but there is a lot. Look, this was a lot of fun,
yeah.
And I had to make this my number one because it's been a Six Scale Cantina, an Aries Cantina fun thing for a while. But what the heck, we did it. Thank you guys so much for hanging in here an extra 15 minutes. I appreciate it, Jay, and Mario as well. But man, that's my top 10. So let's look at it again. From top 10, number 10 was the N1 Starfighter. Number 9, Revenge of the Sith Emperor. Number 8, The Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader. Number 7, Poe Dameron. Number 6, Enihan. Come on. And then, of course, number 5, top 5, Darkseid Rey. Number 4, Queen Amidala, Padme Amidala, Eddie Amidala. Mace Windu, number 3. Hoth Luke, number 2. And the jackpot, Bail. Baby.
It's a great list, man. I mean, I think a lot of us here can come up with a top 10 list that figures that haven't been made yet, and I think we've all been in agreement that, hey, that's a hell of a list.
Yeah,
all of ours. There's so many figures that we want.
Yep. Well, listen, guys, Jay, Brother Cousins Toy Reviews. That's where he's from. I have got the link to his channel within the video description below. He's got Good Morning Grails. He's got Best of the Best. He's got so many shows. Make sure you show the love and go ahead and subscribe to Brother Cousins right here. We appreciate the support. Same thing for Mario right below me here. El Profesoro, great channel. I have the link to Mario within the video description below. Make sure you subscribe to him as well. And don't forget Will that was on the show, and Lael as well. Don't forget to subscribe to them. But guys, and subscribe to me too. Hit that subscribe button. And hit that like button on the way out. But what a lot of fun here, going a little bit over. But guys, thank you so much for being here, my friends.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, man.
Absolutely.
Well, without further ado, I don't always buy Spotchka out. But when I do, I buy it from Six Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Thank you.